All right, welcome back everybody. So if you watch the other videos, started off with a 77 Ironhead. We took the motor, chopped the transmission right off, used the kit from Sportsters for the motor mounts, and then he also made me this belt drive, pulley insert and everything else. This is a regular BDL belt drive. I modified the clutch drum, just drilled some holes in it, smoothed it out, did the same thing with the pressure plate, and also with the rear drum. This is the Ironhead rear drum. I made myself a new linkage setup to run a rod to the drum back, and then underneath the transmission basically hooks into a cable, which is a regular clutch cable, and that runs up and does the rear brake. I haven't tested it out yet, so we'll see how all that turns out. The paint and everything, I still got to do some work on it, but overall I like the color. I like the way it matches with the seats and all that sort of stuff, and how everything kind of flows together. The front end is just shaved 35 mil. I threw some fork boots on, headlight, all that sort of stuff. You guys have seen, if you watch the shorts, you saw me make some brackets and make some other things, smooth out the front of the upper tree, all that sort of stuff. I still need to paint this split riser. I love running these, and these old bars, they're kind of pitted, but I like the look of them, so I'm probably going to keep those, even though they don't really match exactly with the rest of everything. But today, we're going to fire this thing back up again. You guys should have already seen that video. I know the motor runs, but I took it down, tore it all back apart and then repainted everything, and did a bunch of other stuff you guys haven't seen. I made a top motor mount. I just twisted round bar and then welded it in. Did the same sort of thing with the foot pegs. So twisted round bar, and then made it into a old FX style mid setup, which goes down to a master cylinder and then operates a hydraulic clutch. So you see there the clutch is moving in and out, but it's all hydraulics underneath the transmission. So I'm gonna make a whole new shift lever and knob. I want to sandcast that out of the old transmission case. The reservoir is over here. That's all mounted up again, just with some round bar, and then I just ran all of the wires and everything else for the brake light, all that sort of stuff. I did run the wires for both the magneto kill switch and the headlight. I ran those through the frame, so they're going down and around to the other side. As far as the exhaust, I don't know if you guys watched some of that video or not, but basically I took a panhead rear pipe, put an Ironhead basically spigot on it so I could run it on this. The front pipe is the stock Ironhead pipe, and then both of them I just turned almost like a little turn out / turn down. It's kind of angled down towards the ground slightly, and then I welded a ring in and then smoothed it. So saw that on Lane Split Boulevard. They make some awesome bikes, so I figured why not utilize some of the things they've already done. Let's see what else. The oil filter, just an old school style oil filter. You can see all sorts of metal shavings and stuff in here. I'm still working on, I had to re-drill some things and all that. It'll all blow off when I take it down the road, so screw it. I have all that ran, the oil lines ran. Did switch over, run a magneto. You should have saw that on the startup video, but either way. So mag fired, running off of the old tachometer drive setup, and obviously divorced, split boxes, all that sort of stuff on the actual Ironhead motor itself. Now I'm going to fire it back up, get all this stuff running, get it tuned in halfway decent, and then we're going to go take this thing for a test ride. So I've never tried to operate it with the hydraulic clutch and everything else to see how all that's going to work, not to mention the rear brake, because that setup might be kind of sketch. So this is where we're going to leave this one off. So first test ride done. Immediate thoughts is the motor runs really good. The hydraulic clutch that I was so worried about works way better than I was expecting. Super smooth. So that's great. And the rear brakes, I mean, it's a drum brake. It's not the best thing in the world, but they actually work. So I'll take that as a win. Even with my weird contraption and everything for hand brake. The whole time I was riding, I kept trying to put my foot here to hit a brake pedal, but there's nothing on this bike for that. So overall, pretty decent. No major issues. The rocker box, well, these little caps on the rocker boxes are leaking because I didn't replace those O-rings because I'm an idiot. But I have brand new caps I'm gonna put on them anyway, so all that'll get done. Carb seems tuned in pretty good. Mag and everything works fine, and the belt drive and everything else is doing good. I'm gonna call this a win, and we'll have this bike at Smokeout. So if you guys are coming to Smokeout up in North Carolina, It's next month. I think it's like the 5th September. This bike's gonna be there. And for the next build we're working on, this. So it's an Evo chopper. We'll be putting this thing together.